back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the Discraft Understable Midrange / Hybrid Driver series. Now, if you haven't already, please like this video. It really helps out the channel as it helps with YouTube's algorithms to help more people find my content, which can be beneficial to them. So please leave a like. As well, please subscribe. Now, as I said, this is part 2 of the series. If you haven't seen part 1, I will put a link to that up here somewhere. So please be sure to go check that out, as I will be referencing several of those discs in this video. Now, for this video, as being part 2, we're going to take a look at some of the more old school fashion understable mid-ranges from Discraft's lineup. We're going to be taking a look at the Hawk, the Meteor, and the very, very, very crowd favorite, the Comet. So, without further ado, everyone, let's go ahead and take a look at those profiles.
Alright everyone, let's go ahead and jump right in and take a look at the profiles. Now, something that should stand out right away, the Comet and the Hawk kind of look more like a traditional old school frisbee. So for those of you who are more from a different frisbee background, say maybe like an ultimate frisbee or a different kind of frisbee sport, you may gravitate towards the Comet and Hawk because of the feel. The Meteor is a little bit more towards what we saw in the previous video with the first 3 discs, but it kind of meets in the middle between them. So before you commit to your next understable mid-range, be sure to hold in your hand and make sure it feels good to you, because they all do very similar things with flight, as we'll see, but feel is really what separates them. So starting it off with the Hawk. Now, it feels a little awkward in the hand, I will say, because I don't come from a frisbee background. So if you do, it really does everything that you want in an understable disc. It can hold a hyzer. It can be thrown on a nice hyzer flip. It can flex. It can hold a straight line. It can hold a turnover. It really does everything very well. Maybe not as well as some of the others, but overall it does fantastic in each and every category, making it really, if it's a calm day, you could use just this one disc during your rounds. And next up we have the Meteor, and the Meteor is another understable mid that does most things very well. It has a little bit more late stability to it than some of the others, but also it has a lot of understability when you first throw it, which makes it great for hyzer flipping, makes it great for straight shots, slight turnovers, flexes, that unique ability to turn out of the hand, but then stay on that line for the mid-flight and then hyzer on the late flight. It really is a game changer mid-range. And going back to the feel, if the Hawk and Comet feel a little strange in the hand to you, definitely check out the Meteor, because it kind of bridges that gap between these old school and then the new age mid-range. And now for the Comet, such an easy to throw understable mid-range. There's a reason it's been around for such a long time. It does have the unique feel, but if you can get past it, this is one of the best understable mid-ranges you can ever throw. It has the same resistance to turning out of the hand as the Buzz SS, but it has an easier time turning in the mid-flight with still having a really nice strong finish, which makes it very, very easy to shot shape, to get flex shots in the woods, in open fields, and also it'll hold those long turnover lines, and with that added stability, you don't have to worry about the Comet turning into a cut roller. Alright everyone, we have now seen what all these mid-ranges, and in the Glide's case, hybrid driver can do. So let's go ahead and pick which one is the best in several different categories to find which is the best mid-range for you. Alright, so when looking for the most understable out of the bunch, I'm going to have to say it is the Glide. It was definitely the easiest to get to hold a full turnover line the entire way. It was one of those discs that I could throw at 50-60% power, and every single time it was going to flip, whereas the others, maybe they kind of flex or just go dead straight. I was always confident that the Glide would always turn over. Then when it comes to the most distance potential, I have to go with the Glide once again. And main reason should be pretty obvious. The Glide is more of a hybrid distance driver, so it is a speed 6. It's the fastest of the bunch, so it does have the most distance potential. Now when it comes to control, the Soul is second to none. It has this amazing ability when in an anhyzer to level itself out. That way it gives you this great consistent flat finish every time. It won't cut roll, but it also hyzer flips well, it holds a hyzer well, it can do just about anything that you want, and with a great feel, it makes it so controllable. If you're looking for the best disc to hyzer flip, look no further than the Meteor. Its unique flight characteristics, where it has low resistance to that high speed turn, but then high resistance to that middle flight turn, as well as late stability, really means that you can flip this up very easily, but it's going to hold a straight line and then slightly hyzer at the end. For flex shots, the Comet is second to none. It resists turning out of the hand, but it has that mid-flight turn to it and the late stability, so that way it's always going to fight back. If you're needing a mid-range that you can put a lot of power into, then look for the Buzz SS. It is an understable mid-range, but it holds power very well. It's very, very straight. It stays on the line that you will put it on, but unlike the others, you can throw this near max power and it's going to hold that line that you give it. In addition to being able to hold that power really well, the Buzz SS also has the strongest fade to it. So even if you throw it extremely hard and rip on it, holds a dead straight line, maybe gets a little bit of turn, it's always going to fight its way out of it if you give it enough air. And if you want to use one of these discs in a one-round challenge, look no further than the Hawk. It does everything. It's not the best in each of the category, but it does everything. It flexes, it hyzer flips, it's controllable, it gets decent distance. It really is kind of like the second third in all the categories. Thank you all so much for watching. Please, as always, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and also share this video. There's hopefully a lot of great information for beginners and advanced players alike when searching for an understable mid-range, so let's go ahead and spread the word on how amazing each of these discs are. As always, everyone, thank you again, and keep banging those chains.